Let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Kitchen talk. Let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Kitchen talk. Let's talk. Conversations that cool. Kitchen talk. Let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Kitchen talk. Let's talk. Conversations that cool. Let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Let's talk. What you wanna talk about?
Hello. How are you guys doing?
Working on greater.
Like, I hadn't seen you, Francis, way last year.
I know. It was so long ago, right?
Like, the last time I saw you was like, what, 2023?
You got new glasses and everything. Welcome, Ebony.
Hi.
Happy New
How are
Year.
you? Happy New Year to you too.
It's been an interesting one. Already. JT.
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
I'm all right. I'm doing
Good.
pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, I can't complain.
Mhm.
Well,
Everybody else?
I won't. I say that.
Yeah.
I won't.
Everybody else all right?
Yes,
Not
sir.
Doing
How are
pretty
you?
good, yes.
I'm making it. You know, one day at a time. I'm still having my moments, but
Absolutely.
I'm good.
That's my gift to you guys. Is a cheerful year.
Absolutely.
Make
Received.
this year a cheerful year.
A cheerful year.
Yep.
Yeah, cheerful year.
It takes some work.
And that's what we
Yeah,
do
most
every day.
definitely.
We're working at it every day. Find a way to celebrate.
It
Yes,
takes some work.
Yeah.
it absolutely does.
Mhm.
It definitely takes some work. But you know what? We here. We're not going nowhere. Might as well enjoy yourself.
Facts.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Might as well enjoy yourself. I am learning that it really is sometimes mind over matter.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely, yes.
Definitely. That comes
all
first.
the time.
Yeah.
I am really, really learning that.
Got to
That
believe
stuff can
it.
hit you. You don't have no control over that. But how you respond to it,
Mhm.
how you stay in it or not stay in it. It's work if you want to do the work.
Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
We got to leave last year.
Yeah.
We got to leave yesterday
It's work
because
if
you
you
can't
want to do
fix
the
it.
work.
Can't change it.
Yeah. It's tough. And Ebony helped us last year with the Feel the Feels.
Yes.
That
All
was
of them.
definitely my takeaway. Feel the feels.
Feel the feels.
Feel the feels.
So what we
But
got?
don't
What we
stay.
got for the new year?
Don't stay. Just feel the feels. Don't stay there. Feel the
Oh
feels.
no, not
we
at all.
we ain't got. I know what we don't got.
What we don't got, JT?
Willie Simmons.
Ah!
Oh my goodness.
We got to wish him the best, JT.
Yeah, man.
We gotta
I
wish him-
do. I do. I really wish that brother the best, man.
Yes, sir.
Did y'all
I
not
really
see that
do.
coming though?
To a
Yeah.
certain degree, I thought maybe he had one more year.
Yeah, one more. I thought it
Um,
was gonna be. I thought he was gonna do it like one more year, and then he was gonna be out. But it's a lot of stuff starting to surface, and I'm
already.
gonna say this: Madam AD ain't looking too good right now. She ain't looking too good right now.
It's gonna be a process, and I'm hoping that we are forgiving. as we go through this.
I would tell you though, honestly, I thought he was gone last year. I was surprised that he stayed one more year.
No,
Well, I think
after last year, I figured he was gonna stay because they were so close to the championship.
yeah.
I just
I
that was
don't
just
I don't
me.
I don't think he wanted to leave last year anyways. I think he really was owed. He wanted what was owed to him. But this time I'm just gonna say this: people didn't take care of business like they were supposed to. You don't have a championship coach and you don't have something in place to keep him around. Also, I'm gonna say you don't go by you can't be a athletic director and you talking about your head coach behind his back. But that's that's neither here nor there. So
You got some. You talking like Kim Black right now. News in the
yeah,
streets. You got some.
yeah.
You got
It,
some. You
it's
got some tea to drop like Cat Williams over here.
Oh my God, that Cat Williams.
yeah. But I'm gonna say this, and I tell people, from a professional standpoint, every athletic director, as soon as they get a job, one of the first things they do is they run off the football coach. Um, it's something that they do, um, because they want their own people. They want it, and I hate to say it like this, but she's tearing down the program so she can try to build it up her way. But the thing about that is, you was given the keys to a Ferrari, and now you're trying to trade it in for a Cavalier. That that's not how that goes. All you had to do was plug in one of the coaches that was already there and keep the system going. But everybody want to do what they want to do. I'm sorry. I just know what I know. I just know what I know, and I'm gonna keep it at that.
It's
Well,
gonna be interesting to see how things pan out.
I don't know nothing. I just stay in my little corner of the world up there in Tucker Hall. Y'all do what y'all do. I'm happy when they win. When we win, I'm okay when we lose. I mean,
I ain't never
y'all
okay
know what I'm
with it.
saying. I'm a rattler. I'm gonna be a rattler. Win,
I
lose,
got
or
you.
draw.
Okay, clean it
But
up.
this
Clean it
this
up.
is this is my thing though. This ain't after you don't win a national championship, FAMU is not a school that you try to get your homeboy to hook up on the head coaching job. That ain't how that happens. You don't do no stupid mess like that, man. That right there got me a little. I feel some kind of way about that. I'm just saying.
So is
But I'm gonna leave it.
that's what's going on?
Yeah, that's
I
what's
didn't know she
going
was
on.
cool with
I
Gibbs.
didn't.
I,
I
I didn't
don't
I
know.
didn't know she was cool with him like that because of the history between the two.
Yeah,
And I mean they got receipts. People still got
yeah.
receipts. Like you
They
can't
got
do what you did
receipts.
on the field on our
That too.
campus and then try to
Come get a
it
head coaching job. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Mm-mm.
who is that?
This guy from I think his name is Sean Gibbs. He was at North Carolina A&T, and it was some years back when A&T came to Tallahassee, and he started a fight or whatever, and kind of boosted a fight between the football players or whatnot, and was involved or whatnot. And
As a
he
coach?
now as a coach,
Oh
and
wow.
yeah, now he's at Fort Valley State, I think, and
Yeah.
she was possibly giving him she was vetting him for the job at FAMU, and
But
everybody was
the
like,
thing too, JT, that type of pick doesn't go through just one person.
"Oh yeah, I know
Like,
the board of trustees has
yeah.
to approve
So
that."
so you can't just say it's her. It got to go through a process, and you just
Mhm.
let the process go. If they don't want them, they're not gonna vote them in.
Isn't it? But
Yeah,
it was another guy that was a FAMU alum, right?
yeah. You had Billy Roll, and you had I think James Colsey.
Cozy,
Um,
I heard Cozy's name.
yeah,
Oh,
but I don't even think that she was trying to even consider them. I think she wanted to do her own thing. So
Hmm.
Yeah, which is Rattler Nation is not happy about that.
Well, I mean,
And then
this is just the beginning. So I know
it
we're
is just
still
the
very
beginning.
passionate and we want to see a repeat for the championship. So leadership is going to be critical.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
but you just Devin Rispris, who is huge in the coaching of FAMU, he just turned in his resignation today. And that right there, man, if that didn't hurt Rattler Nation, I don't know what did.
Oh, he's one of the assistants.
Yeah, he was the main recruiter. He was the reason everybody was coming to FAMU. All of
Uh,
these, and he's now taking a job at Colorado with Dion. You know, so we getting hit pretty hard. It's
wow.
just. Mm.
well, I'm gonna keep my little souvenir book from the game.
uh,
enjoy it one day at a time because tomorrow is not promised.
yeah, man.
Tomorrow's not promised. We just gotta live in the moment.
Wow. Wow.
Enjoy it.
Wow. Wow.
We gotta have
Yeah.
a. I guess the best thing to do is just have a plan for tomorrow. That's what the show is about tonight, right?
Well, yeah, but Ebony, this is what they do. They take us all off on every other place.
It all
Yeah, we
connects.
just we
It
just
all
never
connects.
know.
What Dr. Scott, man?
Um,
We get Dr.
Oh
Scott and
man,
Kim
Dr.
Black.
Scott would be losing his mind right now.
right, right. But I did want to say I didn't watch all of the Cat Williams interview in the Shay Shay Club.
Club
First of
Shay
all,
Shay.
why does he call himself Shay Shay? But
Yeah,
anyway, um,
it's-
that's a question that I have.
Don't do
That's
it.
the first
Don't do
question I
it.
have. Let's
Hey, all I'm
but
gonna say is they say the dude is his assistant, but he's always at the basketball games with this dude sitting up under him. I'm just saying.
Well,
But
that's
hey,
consistent.
man, please, yeah, he's assisting. All right, he assisting him in other ways than the ways
I don't know that. I just think it's a little odd. But maybe his mama called him that, so that's why I don't know.
I
I mean,
ain't. Man,
Shannon
I'm
Sharp,
sorry.
so Shay Shay. They might call him Shay Shay on the field. Hey,
Yeah,
Nah, I
yeah, I
ain't
don't
never
know.
hit you. Nah,
But
no Shay Shay.
but Cat was for real going in like
oh,
on everybody. I
Yeah.
was like,
no holds
what
bars.
happened?
Not at all.
And I honestly don't think he's lying. I think Cat is telling the truth about a lot.
I think there was some pieces that he probably added in there that I'm mad, so I'm gonna get it out. But I think a lot of it was very. This is what happened. This is what it is. I'm gonna lay it out there. So
I guess I was kind of stunned with I don't know whether I wasn't there, so I don't know whether he's telling the truth or not. But when he considered Club Shay Shay the upper epsilon of journalists and places to go to air his soul, to bare his soul, I just thought that was a little questionable. Like it's
Nah, Shannon Sharp,
so many other
his
places.
Club Shay Shay is like top 5 right now. He people like his podcast is like one of the top. He's one of the top.
I guess what I'm saying, not necessarily popularity. I'm
Mhm.
saying as far as journalistic,
and
you
that's
know,
why he didn't go that route.
you
Yeah.
know,
They had another
fact
post
checkers,
interview.
that sort of thing, like real
He had
journalism,
a
not a gossip show.
You need to watch the
Mhm.
post interview with him and Ocho Cinco, my guy, because they break down why he actually used that show. Because if he went to, let's just say, a Oprah or let's say 2020, any of these other popular shows, they
Would have
would
had
have
to. Mhm.
essentially directed what he needed to say or what he
Mhm.
should say.
and how
Shay
he
Shay
should say it
allowed the people on his show just to talk.
and be
He's not
real.
taking it from a journalistic point of view where they kind of script
Mhm.
what you say and how you answer these questions, because they essentially guide the narrative.
Mhm.
He doesn't do that. He says, hey, this is your time to share what you want to share, and let us know things
So
that you probably
nobody is saying whether it's true, not true. This is just your experience and how you saw it.
correct. That's
Okay.
what he's allowing his guests to do, and he says it on the post interview. Listen, I'm not Diane Walters, I'm not such and such, I'm not this, I'm not a journalistic reporter.
Mhm.
I'm just
Barbara
providing
Walters.
people a platform to speak.
So he just got a gossip podcast.
You can say that. You can say that, but
Just
he's not the
Club
only
Shay
one. I
Shay.
mean, all of these other podcasts are the same. I mean,
Mhm.
even the talk shows were the same. It's just gossip, but again, you had somebody with some type of background in journalism that allows them to share that narrative or carve that narrative out for their speakers or their guests. But it's just them sharing that information. It's the same thing no matter what show you go on.
Mhm.
They just
Okay,
do it a
well.
different way. He's just allowing them to speak their truth, and that's what Cat did. Cat let the cat out the
Cat
bag.
out the bag.
It did.
No pun intended. No pun intended. Boy,
And you know what?
he
It was straight comedy.
mhm.
It was to me too, but I was like, wow.
I mean, his
Like,
delivery.
you went in on everybody
It was
except
straight
for DL Hughley.
Oh
Well,
no, he didn't go in on he didn't go in on Rock, Chris Rock. He didn't go in on some of the guys who that's what they are comedians, right?
mhm.
So
He
he
didn't go
didn't go
on the
in on
greatest.
DL Hughley, and he pretty much called Bernie Mac the GOAT.
He called
Mhm.
Bernie Mac the GOAT. Yep.
But he went in on everybody else.
Nah, he didn't
I
go in
think
on Dave Chappelle.
what did and let me talk about that for a minute. I think everybody kind of knows that him, Dave Chappelle, Mike Epps, and Cat Williams are they all pretty cool with each other. Matter of fact, Cat Williams did a video, I think either yesterday or the day before, talk about, man, Cat ain't nothing. I don't even like Cat no more. He supposed to be my boy. Nigga, you could have said something about me. I need some publicity. I was like,
And that's what I'm saying. You see,
yeah,
that's true comedy. He
yeah.
took it and spend it like a true comedian would. And I think that's what Cat is more upset about, is that there's people out here who are pretending to be comedians. And we
Yeah.
accept them as comedians, but they're not truly comedians to him. To him, not to
Yeah.
us. We love them. I mean, we'll laugh and have a good time, but he's like, no, these people are imposters.
I think
But I mean, that's just by what your definition. So
Well, that's why he gave the receipts.
yeah.
He's
that's
not
your
just
that's
saying
your
that they're
definition.
not just by his definition. He's saying this is the reason why he's defining them as such.
And you know
Because
what?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
One thing that I paid attention to over the years is that they didn't say it the way Cat said it, but Mike Epps and Dave Chappelle, they all have somewhat the same stories about certain things in entertainment. But Cat just said it his way. Dave Chappelle, they kind of keep it a
What's
little.
his name? Mark from the show.
Mark Curry.
Mark Curry. Mark Curry been saying it. He said, man, you took my joke, and they got the receipt. The internet does not fail.
Not lie.
Yeah.
They bring out all the receipts.
All of it is blowing up right now.
Yes, it is.
Everything.
And then I'm listening to the jokes like, oh yeah, that is that joke.
People
but not knowing
tired.
that who was the originator of the joke.
Well, I mean, ain't really nothing new under the sun. You could probably go back and find some Red Fox stuff that people done stole.
Steve Harvey stole one of Red Fox jokes. That right there came out.
But the
Or
true
Richard Pryor.
comedians,
I
they don't
mean,
do that.
music is the same
Yeah.
way.
But the true
sometimes ain't no hardly no new
musicians,
music.
the true
It's
musicians don't do
recycled.
that. If you look at Prince, he didn't do
Yeah.
that. That's a true musician.
They steal his stuff.
Correct. And that's what Kat was saying. Like, this is what we do. We create,
I'm sure it was some stuff, if you go back far enough, that even if he did not verbatim take it and put it in his music, he was inspired by it, a riff, a line, or something.
I don't think Dave Chappelle has done that. I don't think Chris Rock, the guys who do it for real, it's like, again, musicianship. The guys who do it for real, they're not taking that stuff. And
listen to Bernie Mac had he went out on stage. He went out, and I know that he was just doing comedy. But he literally said to these people on stage, I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to talk about. Because Monique done came out here and did all my jokes. and he was dead serious. Yeah. And he said that's why you don't talk about your stuff in the back room around other comedians. Because they will take your stuff and come out there and do exactly what you supposed to be you were gonna do.
And I think that's again the people who truly do. Michael Jackson. I mean, when he did his own thing, did he take anybody's stuff? He was literally in competition with Prince. Let me do for original stuff.
Yeah.
So,
but I think some of MJ's stuff was inspired by other music.
When he was under management by his father, and of course that management team, yeah, you got to do what we tell you to do. If this person sang that song, you singing the song. But I think he was on his own. That's all his stuff.
He often said that a lot of stuff that he did was inspired by James Brown, and stuff like that. So I will give him that, But
when you're an originator, you might be inspired, but you're not gonna take somebody.
It's them same keys on the keyboard. Ain't no new keys.
But almost verbatim.
The same keys. The same keys. A, B, C, D, E, F.
I'm gonna change
F
one
flat,
word.
F sharp, C sharp.
Car,
it's the same keys.
Car and rocket ship.
Ain't no new keys.
Oh, you talking?
Even the rocket ship came from the car. Yeah, start somewhere.
You talk about the cat
to make a rocket ship.
Cedric changed.
Did you not take something from the car to make the rocket ship?
Nah, yes. Lisa. I know you love these people.
You started
and
somewhere.
I'm gonna tell you what Kat said.
You started with the stone wheels.
I can't believe that you
took the stone wheels and made the wagon.
People.
You started with the wagon and you made the car, the bicycle, the car.
I'm sorry.
All of it is inspired from one thing to the next. You took
and then even
you align yourselves with these people.
Yeah, and then look at the Abominicious joke. He stole that from Meshack Taylor. Meshack Taylor did that joke on that they just pulled up. He did that joke on what's that show back in the day? Designing Women.
Yeah,
he did that.
I saw that.
And Cedric the Entertainer said it word for word. Didn't change one thing.
Not one.
Oh, wow.
And everybody laughing like they ain't never heard it before. They probably didn't.
They did
because yeah. He didn't think nobody was gonna pull them receipts on him though.
Them receipts.
Well, you don't pay your money to see him now, so oh well.
I ain't paying no money to see it. I'm like, Kat, how you entertaining? You can't sing, you can't dance, you can't. I ain't got no problem. I don't have a problem with Cedric the Entertainer, but boy, that right there.
It's just again. It's comedy.
I was like, what?
At its finest.
I just was like, what is going on? Why is he going in like this? I don't know.
I think Kat kind of fed up.
Ebony. Hey, girl.
Ebony
See
eyes.
how they do, Ebony?
Listen, I'm here for it, for all of
Mm.
it.
All of it.
And I bet you didn't know
Oh,
that
Lord.
ebony eyes.
Oh, here we go.
Uh,
Oh goodness.
Girl. So this is, I don't even think we introduced the show. JT just came right on and just was like, so here we are with Kitchen Talk CTC.
Conversations that cook.
That is what they do. Super excited to be here in the 2024. It is
Yes.
a new year, and here we are. So excited. I've almost lost count of where we are, but I think this is like 7, 8 for us in this journey. So it's been a minute.
Yeah, we've been on this thing for a minute. Yeah,
It's
we
been a
really have.
minute.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Super excited for everything that is going on that we're doing. So we decided that, it's a new year, but we're gonna start a
I ain't
new year,
gone.
but no resolutions, right? So I was like wondering today for the first time, and I really wanted this before, because a lot of times we do things just out of tradition. Because our mama did it, daddy did it, grandma did it, the collard greens and black eyed peas and all of that,
I ain't
because
eat none
that's
of
what
that.
they did. You put the silver dollar in there and this and that and all. Yeah, France thought, I don't know. I'm just saying that's what happened. My granddaddy used to put the silver dollar in the greens.
Oh, that's
Don't
a new
ask me.
one.
I don't know. You didn't eat it, but he just cooked it with it in there. So whatever that meant. But I was like, well, where did resolutions even come from? So did a little digging, and they were saying that the ancient Babylonians were the first recorded people to celebrate the new year and to do resolutions. And so it comes from this place of the new year gives you a clean slate and you just kind of get to maybe start over, and now we don't want to do resolutions anymore. So why don't we want to do resolutions anymore? Like I
Because
didn't really
a lot of us don't hold truth. Like we don't hold on to them. We just
Don't.
like all the people that go to the gym. Yeah, them for
Absolutely.
that first 3 days, everybody in the gym, and after that, that soreness kick in. Like, man, I ain't going back. You know?
That been gay. But that been
Icy hot and been
yes,
gay and
sir.
everything, all of that. You
I
know.
think that's always one of the number one resolutions, going to the
hmm
gym.
going
And
to the
for
gym.
people that
I'm a,
go on a regular basis, they can't get in there because of all the people with the New Year's resolution.
I walk in the gym and look at, man, why is these people on my machine?
That's what
Like,
I
come on,
said too.
man. Like, come on, man.
I do think too that this new era are looking at things differently, and they're questioning things that we probably have not done in the past, and say, "Well, why are we doing that?" And then say, "You know
Yeah.
what? Instead of waiting till January to do a resolution, you know what? I'm gonna do it today, right?" So I see that there's a change that needs to be made. So I'm gonna start today. I'm not gonna wait all the way to January to say, "Okay, now I'm gonna change
Exactly.
it up." If I know I can make the adjustment now, why not do it right now and hold true to it?
hmm
So I think that
So
the
it's
kids
so
are
it's just more of us changing our mindset and how we think about it, I guess.
correct. And I
Yeah.
So
think too, they
resolution, I guess,
question
sounds
why,
so final and you either do it or you don't.
right?
Don't. Yeah. And most people
Yeah.
don't.
Or they
Most people
try
don't.
and then they drop it.
Or they try and they fail.
hmm
Yeah.
But I mean, don't you learn something from that? Like, or you just learn not to make a resolution?
Are you learning to keep making the resolution and
I'm
dropping
asking.
it and dropping it because it becomes a habit, right?
There has to be some
Versus
accountability
saying,
there.
hey, you know what? This is the resolution. So did you really learn from the process, or did you learn from the good or the bad part of that process?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Ebony, I agree with you about the accountability.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have to have some
So
accountability.
yeah. So I talked with our friend Ebony, and I was like, Ebony, we need to have you come back. Which last year she did such a wonderful job. Way last year, so we had to come back this year to get us started. So Ebony is a social worker and academic coach. Um, but I just call her the coach. So that's who she is to me. And she's going to help us start our new year. No resolutions.
There we go.
So that's what we're doing tonight. We starting our new year. No resolutions. All right, Ebony, it's on you.
Okay, so we've already talked about, not making resolutions. So the first thing we can do is we can set goals, because a lot of times we do put the pressure on ourselves to say, this is what I'm going to do at the beginning of the year. And like we've already said, why wait until the beginning of the year to start? So you can create new traditions.
Where you win at, Ebony?
It's usually JT that we lose.
That's my New Year's resolution. We ain't getting no. I ain't losing no more.
Ebony.
You know, I want to bring one up that we do in the Haitian culture, which is our traditional soup jumu, and it's a pumpkin soup, right?
Mm.
So every 1st of January we have this soup, but it's not just as a resolution. It's a form of celebrating the revolution of Haiti, right? The independence of Haiti, and how we got
Haiti.
to where we are. So we have that soup to celebrate and to, to say, hey, this is not just how we're going to bring in the new year, but to remember our ancestors. And I saw something recently where the young people are like, well, why do we eat the soup? I don't even like the soup. Why am I eating the soup? But that's what we do. And I'm like, no, I love the soup.
Do you make it, France?
I still don't know how to make it. So
Oh.
I got to figure out the ingredients and 1 year try. My cousin did this year. He made it by himself, and his wife and family said he did an amazing job.
Okay.
But again, more and more young people are questioning,
Sure.
why is this why do we do what we do, and can we change it up?
And I think that is one of the major reasons that things are changing, is because the younger generation is asking questions. We didn't ask questions. We just did whatever.
No, they told me to eat the soup. I ate the soup.
Right. You just, if this what we do on New Year's,
That's what it
you eat
is.
them black eyed peas, you eat them collard greens, and you have good luck and you have money. Now we ain't had no extra money, no.
But hey,
no
but you did it every year.
Every year.
But you did that every year,
Yeah.
and we did not question it. And I think it's great that this generation is so. I guess they inquisitive. I don't know. Or they just these children right here, they're not gonna do nothing they don't want to do, and they gonna ask you why.
I do think once you
And that
know
whole
why,
do as I say and not as I do does not work no more.
that's my thing. I think once you know why, then you do it, right? You know why this is important. Don't diminish the why because you don't want to do it.
Right.
You don't want to do it because you don't want to do it. It's nothing you want to do.
Right.
And I think the first point that Ebony was making, setting goals, really leans towards that. So it's not what everybody else tells you to do. You need to set goals for yourself. So
what makes the goal different from the resolution though?
You want to go ahead, Ebony.
That's a good question though. I mean, because ultimately a resolution could be looked at as a goal. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it still all just boils down to accountability, whether you decide to go with resolutions or goals. Still have to hold yourself accountable and be committed to doing what it is you say you want to do.
And I do think goals are measurable, right? So, and like you have SMART goals. You want to be specific.
France.
I know. I'm doing my class right now, but
This is
you can
Ebony's
measure
class.
it. Resolutions, what you measuring? You just say I'm gonna stop eating junk food. Well, how you gonna measure that?
You'll measure your waist going in if you really stop. That's how you measure.
Hey, you'll measure your grocery bill. You know,
Yeah.
when you don't pick up them potato chips and cookies.
Right. And they
You notice you
expensive.
have a little extra change in your pocket. It'll make you want to keep going.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I think the goals give you a plan. There's a strategy, where the resolutions, I don't know if people actually put a plan in place and a strategy in place to implement it.
Just make a declaration.
Correct.
Okay.
Because it's what.
So the resolution is more of me just declaring this is what I'm gonna do.
People they're known to set New Year's resolutions, and it's like you said, I may just put it out in the atmosphere because it sounds good, but I may not actually follow through on it.
Okay.
It's just like me. I have a goal. I'm gonna fill up this passport this year.
Now, if that's your goal, what's your plan to complete that?
So you got it, JT?
Huh?
Did you get a passport, or you're getting a passport?
Oh no, I've been had a passport. I only got a.
Let's go.
Let's go. I only. That's the goal, man. We got to get. You know, I did a few things. I think me and I told you about that. I went to hopped across the pond and everything. So I've already. Huh?
You ain't tell me nothing.
Oh, I told Lisa though. I thought me and Lisa talked about it. But yeah, I've been fortunate to visit London and all of that type of stuff, and I'm trying to do a few more things this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if I find some time, I can find time. I just gotta pull myself away from some other, from some things to give myself room to, do some things.
I love the fact that you got the passport, but more importantly, I love the fact that you're using it. A lot of people get it, but they're not actually using it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, got to use it. Got to use it. All right, so Ebony, we setting goals, and then what's next?
Next is you want to reflect on all areas of your life, where you are, and then where it is you'd like to go. So that self-reflection, and with that self-reflection, you can create a plan. So oftentimes I like to tell my students, just because you created a plan, if it doesn't work, you can always go back to the drawing board. That's not set in stone. So you're the author. Go back, rearrange some things. If something you tried didn't work, okay, it's okay. Let's go back and try something else. So I think that self-reflection is always good.
And so when we talk about the self-reflection, like, is there a time frame? Like, should we do it like once a year, once a month? I mean, is there something that makes us sit down and say, let me evaluate what's going on?
I would say if things continue to go in the same direction, you don't see a change in anything that you're doing, then okay, now it's time to go back to self-reflect, reevaluate, and then see where I can change the pace of things.
Okay.
Because if you just continue to do things the same way and you're not getting a change out of anything, then you're just doing it in vain.
So it's okay for us to adjust our plan.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Which we probably wouldn't do with a resolution because it's a declaration.
There you go.
Okay.
And you know what?
Go ahead, JT.
I was just about to say, man, sometimes things pop up and you have to readjust the plan. Just because sometimes something might pop up. So, There ain't nothing wrong with readjusting the plan, as long as you follow
Plans are meant to
through
be
with the
changed.
plan. Exactly.
All right, all right, all right.
Yes.
Self-reflection. I
Yes.
like
Mhm.
self-reflection.
All right. So now we've already touched on this next one,
Number
creating
three.
smart goals. Number 3, creating smart goals.
That's why you was mad at me right there. You see?
Exactly.
Hey, can't help it.
So creating smart goals. So the goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time based. So
Mhm.
whatever that specific goal is that you want to focus on, whether that be you want to buy a house, you want to save more money, you want to get a car, you want to not eat out as much, just like set specific goals and then like give yourself a time
Woo.
frame on reaching those goals.
Mhm.
So I like the write down, the write it
Yes.
down, right? So does that, I know for some people, writing it down makes it a little more real than just,
Saying
it's
it, put
just
it
in
in the
the air. I just
atmosphere.
said it. But if I write it down and then try to write my plan out or have a vision board where I see it written down so I can keep, oh, I'm sorry, never mind. I'm gonna write down your smart goals. Write your plan down.
There you go. Write them down
Write
somewhere
them
where you can
down.
see them.
And so so who determines how they are measurable? Is that for us to determine? So
Yes.
if I say, okay, I want to buy a new car. So if I start right there, that's my goal. And that's
Hmm.
specific, right? That I want to buy a new car. I want
Yes.
to buy a very beautiful blue Cadillac Escalade.
There
Escalade.
you go. Now you
Okay.
made it specific.
Yes.
Mhm.
I seen it. I seen it.
I almost bought one 2 weeks ago, but nah, this week.
Did you for real, JT?
Nah, you know what? I was out of town and I had a delivery and I went and delivered and I started talking to this salesman at this car dealership, man. He was like, "Man, you ought to come on back and talk to us and we can see if we can put you in something." I was like, "All right, I'll do that." So last weekend I drove back over there and man, these people don't want to make it. I'm like, mm, bro, we can crunch these numbers. We can keep crunching these, but I'm not. Nah, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing right now. So, oh
Mm,
man, but you know how salesmen are. I got to
yeah.
talk to my manager.
Right.
Yeah, you
Right.
got. Yeah.
So how do I determine what is measurable? Am I looking at um when I'm developing my plan? So that's the thing. So how do I determine how to measure how close or far I am?
Hmm. So it will be based off of whatever time frame that you want to set. So I'll
Okay.
say for me, one of my goals is I said I want to buy a house by the end of the year.
Okay.
So then that's me doing now the self reflection on things that I need to process of elimination, things that I need to stop in order to make sure I'm able to have the money and everything that I need. So that's just like my specific goal buying a house. I'm measuring it by I said by the end of the year. So either attainable or achievable, like how will I get to this goal? So like I said, maybe stop eating out, start making like money that I put towards the house and bigger contributions. So what is the relevance of the goal? Like I want to be in a house, like I want to have a house for my family and things like that. And then of course like the time based and the measurable, they kind of go hand in hand. So I want to have this goal achieved by the end of the year.
I think there's another way to measure it is to know how much it costs. Since you made it specific, you know this is the car or this is the house, this is where it's located, this is how much it's going to be. So I'm going to set X amount of dollars every week aside or every month aside. So I know that I can measure it by every week. I know I put that $500 away to ensure I'm going to reach that goal. You know, if I miss $500, okay, I know I missed that $500. What do I need to do to put it back so that I stay on track to obtaining the house or the car? Because going back to what Ebony said, it is still then going back to the time base, right? Because you set your timeline to say, okay, end of the year. So every month I need to put aside $2,000 or whatever to ensure that I have either the money for the down payment or whatever process you have put in place for the monetary side of the measurement.
Yes. Because 9 times out of 10, if you meet with the realtor, they're going to, based off of whatever credit and things like that, they're going to tell you what you need to be able to put down. So that's the start for you right there. So then that's like, okay, I need to put this much aside every month to ensure that I reach this goal.
Okay. Sounds good.
That's just like me, man. Like going to the gym and everything. I made a goal that I need to lose. Like I'm not fat or anything, but you know, a goal that I made to want to be walking around naked all summer, you know, while we like right now, you know, you got to be you got to work out a certain way so you could be naked all summer when the summer hit. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So
Lisa, why you looking like?
I mean, hey, if you want to be naked all summer, more power to you, man. I'm just happy that I control who comes in the broadcast room. Because you ain't ever in here naked. But I mean, you know, if that's something that you want for your life, I'm with you. I support you in every way.
So every day you gotta remember you started off with those 100 push-ups every day.
Yep.
That's part of the measurement.
That's part of the measurement.
Push-up. So I gotta count every push-up to ensure that I'm measuring between now and when does summer start? June?
June.
Yeah.
Between now and June, I'm measuring every day 100 push-ups. You miss a day, you gotta double it up the next day.
Yeah.
Man, that's so hard.
You can be naked all summer.
All
I love it.
The measurement.
And Ebony, you will not see him on Kitchen Talk all summer.
I ain't trying to show y'all my nakedness.
You said something like it's hard to do it when you double it up, right? And that made me think about the attainability. You know, it's not always easy. So when you make it smart, you want to make it obtainable. So I can't do 100. Well, I'm going to do 50. I can't put a $500 away every month. So you know what? I'm going to put $100 away. So you determine the measurement in terms of attainability for you. And is it relevant for you? Why am I doing it? You see what I'm saying? Ebony, you said I'm doing it for myself, for my family. JT, you doing it for the gram.
You know what, man? I'm on here. Listen, I'm on here talking all that trash, man. But a lot of people, most people that really like know me. Like I don't care much about attention at all. That's it. That's just who I am. I agree. I don't care anything about the attention, man. I just do that for the laughs, you know.
I agree. Again, it goes back to relevance. You know, is it relevant? And then how much time are you going to give yourself to do it? So,
but it does have to be purposeful, because if it's not, you won't stick to it. I don't care.
And that's why it's a resolution.
Yeah. Yeah. Even the resolutions, like if it's not purposeful, then you won't do it. I think about the times that I attempted to go back and get my degree, but I was working, and my bills was being paid because I'm working. And it was times when I'm sitting in the classroom like, why am I in here?
Right.
And so for me, it was like, what's the point? So I just, you just kind of stop going.
The relevance.
So if you don't find the purpose in it, the relevance in it, then you won't do it. You won't complete it. Or it'll take you even longer. You may complete it, but sometimes it'll take you longer. You're easily distracted. You're easily sidetracked.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you can even do, this self-sabotage that we do sometimes.
And that's why I like the attainability. Like I know I'm not gonna. I want to lose 300 pounds. Well, I don't know. Let's start off with 10 pounds.
10,
right?
Yeah.
Let's make it obtainable, because when it's not, you're like, oh, after a while, you're not gonna want to do it. But when you do it, it's a reward and a satisfaction. Well, I got 10. You know what? Let me do another 10.
Yeah.
Let me do another 10.
I tell people all the time, man, it's like once you start, and the thing about it is once you start feeling good, oh man, that's when you like, all right, it's finally I want to keep going. I want to keep going. That's just like with people, like when I was telling people about doing push-ups. Like you said, friends, start off with 50 if you can do 50, but if you can start off with 20, add 5 every single day,
right?
If you can, it's not that hard. Or add 5 every 2 or 3 days,
right?
You know what I mean? You'll see yourself getting stronger. But I mean, I'm not a workout expert or anything, but I do know a little something.
And then also the other thing, say what, friends? I'm sorry.
I was like, even if you add in one, it's whatever's obtainable for you. You know what I mean? So I think when you're making that your SMART goals, make sure that you know that you can reach it.
Yeah. Also, I would just thought about the fact that sometimes we have certain things that we feel are very urgent, and they could make us make some not so obtainable goals, because let's say we have a health issue, and we could like really kind of stress ourselves out trying to get weight off or trying to do this or trying to do that because of that health issue. But if we still take it little bit by little bit by little bit, then it really does make a difference.
I agree.
But sometimes we're in a place of urgency, or maybe even a place of desperation. Sometimes we're in a place where we don't like our lives, and so we want to make this big, grandiose change, and it really
don't work that way.
It does
I was
kind of
going
work
to
that
say
way.
that too.
I'm not
Sometimes
saying
looking at things that others have.
So I am a Christian. I ain't never told nobody nothing different, and I am who I am unapologetically. I believe that God can do some things that are instant. I do. But we in this flesh need that kind of assistance for an instant. But if we just take little by little, just little by little, just little by little, and it motivates you, I think, in some ways, and then it also takes that pressure off.
Yeah.
Because the pressure to achieve the goal can really keep you from the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Just gotta.
I need to chew on that one.
Of course.
Yeah.
You just won't let me be great.
We can't be afraid of the pressure. Right?
See,
We can't
Ebony,
be afraid of.
Did I say that? Ebony,
Well, you said the pressure will stop you from trying to achieve the goal.
Ebony,
and sometimes the pressure is what you need to obtain the goal. You need the pressure.
There is always a level of pressure, but I'm saying if we put too much, see how I have to explain myself, Ebony.
I'm gonna leave it alone. Happy New Year.
See what I'm talking about? Just won't let me be great.
He said ain't no S at the end.
But I mean that just comes from our own. We are harder on ourselves.
Yep.
A lot of times than we are on other things. Okay, Ebony, what's the next one?
Okay, post your goals in a place where you can see them. So I used to have a dry erase board in my old apartment. And every day I would just write something on it. And it actually got to a point that, like, when my friends or family came over, they started writing things or positive messages and things like that on it. So posting your goals where you can see them, that helps. Writing them in a journal, that also helps hold you accountable as well. And I actually
I
keep
like the
a dry
posting the
erase board
goals.
in my office as well. And so every week I'll write something on the board. And it's not just for me, it's for some of my students come in and they see it. So I write something on that board as like a motivator.
So, Ebony, when we talk about posting goals, I do have a vision board that I update every so often. I put stars on what I've achieved and add stuff and put prayers
Hmm.
on there like God, I'm still waiting on you for this one.
Hmm.
Different things like that. So when you mentioned that you have a board in your office, how do you or do you separate what a maybe work or career goal is versus a personal goal?
Well, the board that I use in the office is mostly for like positive affirmations and motivations for the students. So when
Mm,
they come in and see, because I never know what they're feeling when they come in. So just seeing something that's like positive or motivated can help them. So I
mm,
just use that board for that purpose. But as far as like for me and like when I'm at home, I write different like goals and things that I want to achieve, different positive affirmations for myself. And then, like I said, like if I have friends or family that come over, they may leave a message for me. And so I'm able
mm.
to go back and look at that.
Okay, I like it.
To your question, Lisa, I do think there are pieces where you want to keep it separate. Since I have my
Mm,
students do a career focus board, right? Let me
mm-hmm,
look at your career. Where do you want to be? You want to make sure that's clear and concise so that you can walk into that. And then, of course, you do one for your personal side. Well, these are the things that I want, and these are the places that I want to be. So then you have that piece. I think it helps clarify the vision. So it's not all over the place in terms of, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. Okay, what are the professional side? What's the personal side? What's the health side? What's the social side? So that you can clearly see it and it's not all
so
one
how do
big.
you so do you ever get them to tie all of those together, because it's just one life, right?
And that's, to me, it's balance. It's understanding that all of it does connect, but I want to have a clear vision on each component of how
Okay.
that's going to look and how do I define it, right? Just the
Mm-hmm.
way I define it may not be the same way you define it.
Sure.
So I want them to, well, I want all of us to really have a clear concept of what that is for me, for you, so that you can obtain it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need to add this one academically, right? How does that look for you? I know your
Mm-hmm.
mama may want it, your professors may want it, but how does that look for you? How
Mm-hmm.
does that look like for your vision?
I
Mm-hmm.
say
How
that a
do you
lot.
define it?
I say that a lot because I do have a lot of students that come in and they're often like stressed and overwhelmed because they're trying to do what it is others want
That
them
their
to do
parents want to do.
instead of,
Yeah.
yes, instead of what it is they want to do.
Hmm.
And sometimes they don't know how to actually convey that to their parents, like, this
Mm-hmm.
isn't what I want for me. And so being positive for them in that moment as well.
Yep.
Yeah, which is really interesting because um so my mom's and dad's generation, if you got a state job, you was good to go, whether you
Hmm.
had a degree or not.
Hmm.
Um, and then the way they taught us was, okay, if you had a state job, okay, but they more so wanted you to have an education, but that education needs to lead to you getting a job. It
Right.
wasn't really
Yeah.
about a career, so to
Hmm.
speak. It was about a job.
Man,
So we didn't necessarily like I didn't necessarily learn what my giftings were in the sense of what could be a career. Like I write, I do theater. I was doing that, but not. It was more like, oh, this is fun. This is a hobby. Or I do it for the church, not knowing that. You know what? Well, you could probably get a degree and a career in this, but
Yeah.
that wasn't the focus. You go to school, you get a job. You know, it was that sort of thing. This next generation and the generations that are coming up now, I think it's great that we have allowed them to explore. Some have allowed them to explore what it is that they, that they want to do, what they're passionate about, and maybe look into, can you make a living or can you support yourself on that? I think that's where most parents are coming from, is we want you to do something where you're going to be able to support yourself. And I think that is the push of get a degree and get a job. Even now, although I like you being creative, but you could do that, that's on the side.
I think that's the benefit of this generation, is that not only are they finding their creativity, right, but they're finding ways to put their creativity to work, whether it's with a company or whether it's by themselves, or they have more access to, oh yeah, this creative side or this thing that I do well, it matches with this job, this career set, right?
Yeah.
So they have access that we didn't have, right? Because oh yeah, I'm good at theater, but who was telling you, what was guiding you to that? Now they have that at their fingertips, right? Oh, you're good at video games. Oh yeah, there's here you could do this, and this.
Yeah.
Oh, guess what? You could go and take a test that'll give you all of the information on
Right.
what you can do, right? So I think that's the biggest advantage when it comes to them connecting with what they're passionate about.
Sure. But if they're first gen college students, their parents it's more of a push to get that degree and get a job so you can support yourself.
And that, I think that's where the shift is coming,
Sure,
because
but
they're
it's more
finding
so
that there are other jobs that they can do.
yeah.
That's gonna give them that. I have a friend who told me this. Her brother is great at video games. The brother just made $multi-million deal where he just bought his
Plays
house
video
and the mama
games.
house
Yeah.
off of it. And he was doing it all day, just playing, and then he got connected and he's streaming it, and people are watching it. So he found his gift in something that he enjoys doing.
Yeah.
But you know what they would have told him? Oh, you need to go to school. You need to do this. You need to do that.
But that's one that could be like one in a million.
Not necessarily. I think that
I'm
I
just
feel where
saying.
you're coming from.
Yeah.
But I think this generation is a little. You look at the YouTube sensation kids now. They doing their stuff and they finding it. They're like, forget it. You know.
But for all of those that do find it, you probably have 25, 30, 100 that aren't, but they still trying. And we trying to say, come on, baby, fine.
Oh, I agree. I think
we believe in your dream, but you still gotta eat.
And I think that's where people like Ebony come in place, right? You know that I'm a career coach. You're a career coach. You're telling them, hey, go this route. You know, this is available to you. Where when we were coming up, I don't know. The career coach's mom and dad saying, hey,
you better get a job.
I said you either go to school or you go to work.
Or you going to the army.
I've had students that look at like celebrity lifestyles and they see how big these celebrities are, and I tell them do some research on some of them, because a lot of them still have college degrees. They still have something. If this doesn't work for them, they still have something they can fall back on.
And I think that's the benefit that they have, that we he's just doing that. Let me go and do it. No, we can go back and look at the receipts now.
Yeah.
To see how
so who is it? What's the rapper that's a nurse?
Oh, you talking about Meg Thee Stallion?
No. It's a guy. Oh, I can't think of his name.
I was about to say Drake.
No.
But
I don't
even
even listen to
like
rappers.
with
That's
Meg
all.
Thee
No.
Stallion,
But
even while she was rapping, she was
Correct.
still finishing up her college,
yeah.
working on her college degree, and she recently graduated.
Correct.
So it's like you can look at that and like you can see, okay, yeah, she's in the spotlight, but what is she doing behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Correct.
But how many Megan
Said-
Thee Stallions didn't make it?
I know.
Yeah.
Lisa always bringing up the Lisa. Come on now.
Doom and gloom.
I am not doom and gloom. I am not doom and gloom. I just think that I think we have to find a way to do both, is what I'm saying. You have to find a way to do both. You have to find a way to chase your dream, but you also have to find a way to support yourself.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, 100%.
Most definitely. Wholeheartedly.
So
Unless you
that's
have
what I'm
people
saying.
that's gonna support
Unless
you until
unless
you
you
get to
got a
that
sugar
dream.
mama, or sugar daddy, or
There
whatever,
it is. There it is.
that you could just chase the dream.
Our sugar parents.
Or sugar parents.
Sugar
Now,
parents.
if you got sugar parents,
I ain't never
then
had none of them.
chase the dream.
Yeah.
But I think in working with, because I work with students too, and working with students, you just have to present the whole thing to
Yeah.
them.
I agree.
Mhm.
So it's not just the pep talk of, oh yeah, baby, you could do it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What happens when you can't eat? And mom and daddy say, no, I'm not. I done spent, time with you in college for 4 years and I'm done.
Figure it out.
Then what? But if you start helping them figure it out now, then it helps the process. So that is realism. That is not doom and gloom.
You're right. You're right.
Thank you. Because I'm a rational being.
Man, please.
You see what we got to deal with, Ebony,
She loved it. She loved to hear somebody say she right.
on a weekly basis.
What?
Did you have another one?
Do I
What you
have
said?
another one?
You had
Oh,
another-
yeah,
because
she
we-
has another one. Oh, look,
Okay.
we over time, but that's okay. Wait,
Hey, you all,
I'm the one always be making us go over. I make us go over one show, and now it's a problem. Ebony, what's the next one?
So the next one is, okay, of course, tell a friend. So you may not want to go in full detail with all of your goals, but you could tell friends, and that way they can hold you accountable. We have friends that are sometimes great accountability partners.
You just heard what Bernie said. Don't
What?
tell these people your jokes.
Well, you don't have to tell
Exactly.
them. Well, what I'm saying is you don't have to tell them
Exactly.
everything. You can just kind of be surface level, but you do have people that will be great accountability partners
I
for
agree.
you now.
I agree, and I definitely agree that
Because I know
accountability.
I have people that are great accountability partners for me.
Mhm.
So you don't have, you may not want to go into full detail, but surface level is enough to where, okay, someone can hold you accountable.
And I think we
together
have to
we can
get to
get
the
to
point where we
nobody.
want to be held accountable.
Say that again, Lisa.
Yeah.
I said we have to get to a point where we want to be held accountable.
Okay.
Sometimes we don't want nobody to know because we don't want nobody to be like checking us.
Yes.
You got to do those push-ups.
Yep. Why are you spending money? Like, I know
Right.
for me, like, I
Right.
said I want to save money. So, like, oftentimes, like I say,
Right.
my
And then you
colleagues
get
in my
mad at them like,
office-
why you in my business?
Yeah, because my colleagues in my office, like, if we go, like, there's, like, if we're going to go somewhere, like, I may have, like, brought lunch or we're going to go to the store, like, during our break or something. One of my colleagues will say, and you better not buy nothing. Because I'm like, he knows, like, I've already said, this is what I'm trying to do. So he's like, no, don't buy anything.
And that's good. That's really good. Because
Yeah.
somebody got to keep you in check because you
Somebody
might
got to keep
fall
you in
off the
check.
wagon.
Yeah, so having accountability partners, like, they aren't all bad.
No, I think it's great. I think it's great. It's
Yes.
great. But you got to tell somebody.
Yes.
Don't be
That's
like
why
me. I
Lisa
keep
not
all my
telling.
stuff, all my business to myself.
What I said. Lisa
You
not
said that's
telling.
why she's not
She
telling.
know. JT coming for you now. You best to believe.
Oh goodness.
No. I do share my my goals and visions with Certain people, like you say, you
I
can't
don't.
tell
Not
everybody.
everybody. No. Can't have
I
everybody in your game room.
nope at all.
No.
Nope.
Can't tell
They be
everybody.
trying to steal your controllers, but
Yep.
Then next thing you know, your jokes are on BET live.
what?
I
Man.
can't.
All right, and the last one.
Okay. Show self grace.
Yes, I like that.
So what that means is you have to allow yourself to make mistakes and then forgive yourself and be reflected by learning from those mistakes. So don't be so hard on yourself if it doesn't come through or everything doesn't go right the first time. Give yourself self grace. Because a
I
lot of
think
times
that's.
we're like very hard on ourselves. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think that I was gonna say. I think that was always my issue. Like if I don't achieve a certain something, like I will be so hard on myself. I'm like, oh,
Me too,
yeah.
though. It's like
Mhm.
I do. I if I don't show myself grace, then after not showing myself grace, sometimes I may fall into a comparison trap, which is even worse because then
Fall
I'm
into a
looking
what?
at
A
comparison trap,
comparison trap.
and I'm looking at why like this person is able to do this. Why can't I do this? Why can't I do this like them? And
Mhm.
why don't I have this? And so I have to just like realize and have to tell myself, show myself grace, and saying when it's my time, it'll happen.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So that's how I
I have a quote. This is a Mr. Moist special, so I'm gonna drop it on y'all tonight.
feel.
It's okay to be wrong. It's not okay to stay wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
So it's okay that we, make mistakes, but we can't stay in those mistakes and keep making those mistakes. We got to learn from
Mm.
them. So yeah, you give yourself that self grace. All right, yep. You know what? I didn't do my push-ups. I didn't put that money away. I spent a little bit more than I wanted to. I'm not gonna do it again tomorrow. And then the next day,
Right.
and then the next day, and the next day.
Right.
You got to say, okay, that was wrong. I messed up. Let me come back, fix it,
Yeah.
so that you don't stay in the wrong.
Right.
Yes.
I got to add something to that, friends,
Go ahead.
because if you if you keep doing it, it ain't a mistake. It's a choice.
It's a
Absolutely.
hey,
Yep.
hey.
Mhm.
And
Well,
we
yeah,
start
that's
making
true.
excuses for why we're doing it. Well,
Sure.
I can just do this, and if I just do this, but no, like you said, at that point it just becomes a choice.
Yeah.
And
But it's
then it
always
becomes
a
a habit.
choice.
Yep.
Yep.
It's
Becomes a habit.
always a choice because you choose it every time.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You choose you have a choice to do right or to do wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Now, if
Mm.
you like you say you continue choosing wrong, then that does get in you and becomes habit to do the wrong
Mhm.
thing. But it's still always a choice. But I do like self grace and not self pity.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
good one.
Yeah. Because oftentimes if it's not coming through, then we're like, oh, why can't I just do this? Why like no. Like keep motivating yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like if it just may not be time for it to happen for you right now.
Yep.
So you gotta trust the process and not rush the process.
Trust the
That's
process.
one of my
Mhm.
things. Trust the process and not rush the process.
Mhm.
Ebony dropping nuggets
Nuggets.
in the
Love
new
it.
She
year.
Love
ain't,
it. Love it.
well, she ain't dropping no nuggets. She dropping whole sandwiches out here while you playing talking about nuggets. She's dropping whole fillets.
I was thinking gold nuggets. Gold nuggets. Not chicken nuggets.
I don't care what you're talking about. Man, I know what you're saying, bro. Come on.
JT, man. I love it. You had me cracking up today, man. I love it.
This is what I deal with, Ebony. I've been working with these guys for years. Oh my goodness.
Better be glad Dr. Scott ain't on here.
I know.
So then we have all kind of songs and rap songs.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
That's why it's kitchen talk.
It is
We're gonna
kitchen
cook up a
talk
conversation now.
and
Mhm.
conversations that cook is what they do.
Absolutely.
Listen, this was a great talk, Ebony. Those were very good points.
Thank you.
So even if we make the declaration of a resolution. Let's make goals to achieve the declaration of the resolution. And they need to be SMART goals, measurable. What was it? Specific, measurable, obtainable, relevant, and time-based.
There you go.
And then after we do that, we need to post them. We need to share it with at least one friend to help hold us accountable, Lisa. And then if we mess up or don't quite meet the measurement that time, we need to show ourselves some self-grace and not have a pity party.
There you go.
Got it. I love it. I love it.
Absolutely.
That's a good one.
Good one. Good show.
That's a good one.
show.
Great show.
Listen, we are going to be back next week with Auntie V and some more tax talk. It's that time, y'all.
It's that time.
Yes.
Got to get them taxes together. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed to do my job, and
JT rolling in money. I'm gonna see if I can get some of his return.
Man, listen, I'm afraid they're gonna be at like you owe money, like.
Hey up, you got it. You got it.
Oh
I'm
man.
gonna see if I can find me a dependent between 9.
You've been looking for that for the longest, Lisa.
I need a dependent.
Oh, goodness.
This Auntie V told us that. You like, oh, who can I put on this?
Right.
Can I hold?
Man, listen. My daddy literally told me, he was like, yeah, you're gonna end up paying all this money back. You better start having some babies from somebody. I'm like, wow, bro. Wow, my guy.
They come in handy.
But it's just the fact that you can't be out here like spreading seeds all willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Yes,
you
you
can,
can
but
if you
you
Nick
know, you
Cannon.
can make a better choice.
Nick Cannon could do it. You could do it too.
Hey, I ain't got Nick Cannon money.
Or not even Nick Cannon. What about what's the guy Country Wayne? He say he got 10 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do their job. They still try to be the best father figures they can be, and they financially there for their kids. So if you're gonna go that route, it comes with a cost.
It does.
Yeah.
Comes with a cost.
It definitely does. All right, guys. This has been Kitchen Talk CTC.
Conversations that cook.
That is what they do. If you are watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Never miss another show. Make sure you turn on your notifications. If you're watching us on Facebook, hit the like button and make sure you turn on notifications there as well, so that every time we pop up on Thursdays at 9 o'clock, you'll get that little ding, ding, ding. It's time to watch Kitchen Talk. So you make sure you have your snacks and drinks or whatever you need in the kitchen and come hang out with us. Also, sharing is caring. So let a friend know that you've been hanging out with us in the kitchen. Yes. So next week we'll be here, same time, Thursday at 9 o'clock with Auntie V, talking about our taxes. Talk about our taxes. You need to learn. I'm telling you, she brings it.
She always does.
Woo! She brings it. Yep. So it has been a pleasure with you, Ebony Greene. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And to my guys. Oh my God, it's like the originals are on tonight. Look at there.
You know it.
Friends,
you know it.
Thank you guys for
Friends.
hanging out. This has been Kitchen Talk CTC.
Conversations
that cook.
That is what they do. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Kitchen talk. Let's talk. What you wanna talk Let's talk. What you